Well, hey there, and welcome to another shrink-wrapped book review. My name is Jonathan Lee, and I am a child and adolescent psychiatrist, certified both in Canada and the States where I currently am practicing. My specialty is transition-aged youth, so young people in that kind of nexus between high school, university, grad school, etc., starting to come into their own. But I do see a wide swath of individuals, and some of my favorite patients are actually in that 65 and above range. Enough about me. On this channel, I review a lot of the books that I tend to recommend to the people that I see in the hopes that if you are going through mental health journeys of your own and coming to grips with certain challenges, perhaps some of this information might be of benefit to you, and you might find certain resources, bibliotherapeutic resources that could buttress your recovery and ongoing mental health. Well, today's review is Stop Walking on Eggshells by Paul Mason and Randy Kreger. This is a classic that I actually first started to read when I was in residency back in Toronto, and essentially the purpose of this book is to really equip and empower individuals who find themselves in relationships with folks who have what's known as borderline personality disorder. Now, this is not going to be sort of a treatise on BPD, but in a short synopsis, those who are diagnosed with borderline personality disorder tend to have extremes of emotions characterized by black and white thinking. Sort of you're either the most amazing psychiatrist I've ever met, you're the only one who's ever understood me, or oh my God, you should be fired, I'm gonna report you to the college. They tend to have these unstable affects or feelings, unstable senses of self, and difficulties with abandonment or being alone, which you can imagine can play out pretty dramatically, in particular in those sort of close romantic and attachment type relationships. The authors sort of go through some of the characteristics of borderline personality disorder. They talk about pragmatically different methods by which you can set boundaries, healthy boundaries for yourself, verbally, emotionally, so that you are not swept up with the tide, with the tsunami of your loved one's up and down emotions. I've definitely recommended this book to several patients and patients' family members, and I think it's, if you're able to digest a lot of the information and put it into practice, exceptionally helpful for those of us who are often going through a tumultuous relationship, kind of not knowing left from right or not knowing where to turn. So if you've ever encountered individuals in your life who seem to turn on a dime, who are diagnosed with bipolar, who really are quite dramatic and quite demonstrative in their grief, their pain, their suicidality, their self-harm, I would highly encourage you to check this book out, because there might be several kernels of wisdom in it for you, as I've personally found for myself, both in my professional and personal life. So until next time, be well and love yourself.